This is Ahmed Youssef. Through this video, I will be talking about creating cloud-based Kubernetes cluster on Google using Rancher. So what actually Rancher can help us with? Rancher is providing us with a unified interface where we can manage either local Kubernetes clusters or we can create and manage other Kubernetes clusters on different cloud service providers, as we are going to see. We'll be starting here by adding a cluster, and here we see the different options that actually Rancher can provide us with. We can select local or create local or custom Kubernetes cluster using Rancher Kubernetes Engine RKE, or we can go to one of these cloud service providers to get virtual machines, and then we will be using again RKE in order to install our Kubernetes cluster on these different cloud providers. Or we can go directly to a cloud service provider which is providing hosted Kubernetes service, as we are going to see with Google GKE. If we go to Google GKE, we need just to provide our cluster name, and this name will be the local name for the cluster on our Rancher environment. And the only thing that Rancher needs in order to be able to communicate with the Google Cloud is what we call service account. What actually we need for the service account, it's simply a JSON file that we can generate through Google Cloud, as we are going to see if we went to IAM, which is Identity and Authentication Management at our Google platform. You will be able to create a service account, and through this service accounts you will be creating a key. This key actually will be provided to you through Google as JSON file, and this JSON file is what I'm going to show you right now. This is my JSON file. So once I click open, you will find that Rancher will start directly authenticating me to Google. Once this authentication is done, as you can see now, we are able to configure our Google cluster. Here we can select the zones, version of Kubernetes, and other options we can select. Here the options for nodes, how many nodes we need to create, the image type, the size of each of these nodes, and a lot of other options. If we selected this as default and click the create, our cluster will be start in the provisioning mode. Here in the provisioning mode, we can see that Rancher is actually communicating with Google in order to create a cluster, and it seems that we got a cluster name which is C-Z9J8N. And if we go to the Kubernetes engine, we will find that this cluster actually is being provisioned. If we go to the compute engine, we will find that we have 3 instances up and running, and these 3 instances, this was that actually we selected from the configuration of this Google cluster while we are creating. So far, still the Kubernetes engine is still under creation, and if we waited a little bit, we'll find that this our cluster will begin to be active and number of nodes will be 3. This might take more one moment. Now we can see that the status is active, and here we can check the health status of our cluster. We can check the nodes, and these are the nodes which are created for us on Google Cloud. Here we can see the health, so we can start even creating namespaces, creating projects, selecting one of these namespaces, and actually start deploying applications directly from our Rancher installation, which is local. And this is very nice thing to be able to do, that you have a local installation of Rancher, and through this installation you will be able to manage multiple clusters. Some of them might be locally and others might be from different cloud service providers, and you are managing all of them through the same interface and through the same procedures. And this is one of the very nice things that actually we can utilize while using Rancher. Thank you so much. This was all about this Google Kubernetes engine. Thank you so much and see you soon. Take care.